Here we are back for the final round of this Innistrad release event, sealed. Opponent has won the die roll and chosen to play first, and yeah, we have a pretty decent hand, so we're going to go ahead and keep it. We got the common second turn Ashmouth Hound into Claustrophobia whenever we need it. Sure, like I said before, I don't think it's pretty smart to play Traveler's Amulet um, in the first couple turns if you don't need to. I mean, if he's missing on land drop, sure, it's fine, but like if I play a werewolf or something, it just seems like a really odd play. For instance, if I had played a Reckless Waif there, it would not have flipped during his turn, and I would have just had a free, 3-2 attacking. Just something to note. There he goes and cracks it. Let's see if he has a third color. Doesn't look like it. So, blue-green deck. That could also mean that he doesn't, or he already has his splash color in his hand. He just doesn't want to show it off. So, there's that. Avacyn's Pilgrim, sure. No reason to play anything else in my hand. The Claustrophobia would be a pretty big waste, I think, on the Pilgrim. Ambush Viper, sure. Unfortunately, we don't really have any other early drops to turn on the Goliath or the Mauler, but hey, what can you do? We drew our own Traveler's Amulet. I guess I'll keep on going in for 2. It might just be smarter to hold back. But I'm going to go ahead and attack it anyway. Hopefully we can draw some action here soon. Maybe he'll just play something big. Eee, Invisible Stalker. Now I just don't want to see any equipment. Yeah, travel preparations is pretty bad too. Holy moly. So he has an unblockable 3/3. Pretty bad for us. Ooh, we drew a good one though. Gonna lay out the Murder of Crows and not attack with the Ashmouth. Because if he attacks with the Ambush Viper, I'm just gonna straight up trade for that. So I'm dead in what? I'm at 4 more turns from the Invisible Stalker by itself. Hopefully he plays a flyer, I guess. Ooh, interesting. Well, I'm going to attack him with both, see what he does here. If he blocks, I'm more than happy with that. If he doesn't, well, then he's on a relatively short clock. Here I'm just going to lay out the Claustrophobia on his Ambush Viper. I know he might play something bigger, but for right now I just have to undo any damage that the Invisible Stalker is going to do, and I think racing at this point is a lot more beneficial. Selhoff Occultist, that's fine. And that's fine as well. Again, our Hound trades with any of those. I'm gonna attack here, and if he blocks, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna be able to loot twice because I want him to think that I might have a burn spell to finish him off. He does get a mill too, and he probably is gonna mill himself just so he can use the back from the brink, but we'll see. So yeah, he's targeting himself for that. Let's see what he mills. Forest, Spectral Flight. So that's fine with me. I'm gonna gladly loot. And I don't really need another makeshift Mauler. And I don't really need another island. Okay, so now we can play our Scab Goliath. And get big. Might as well just lay out the plains, I suppose. So he's going to have to leave up a blocker, I think, because he can only afford to take 2 from the Scab Goliath currently, and so he needs to block 4 toughness. If he plays a flyer, then he's just dead, because all guys catchers rig it. And the only thing he can return with his graveyard is the Villagers of Estwald, and I'm not worried about that at all. In blue-green, it looks like um, our splash of the what's it called? I can't remember the name for some reason, but the 3/2 that kills a vampire werewolf or zombie is probably not going to be very good. So I'm going to probably sideboard that out. Looks like we won the game. He just couldn't find an answer. So yeah, we're going to sideboard out of white, I think. Get rid of the Slayer of the Wicked. That's it. Don't really need the Clifftop Retreat. I don't think I'm going to splash any of these other cards. I mean, I guess I could splash the Feeling of Dread, because we could easily flash it back. But there are other options that we have at the moment, and so I'm just going to add another mountain and another island. And here, we can add like a Sensory Deprivation. Forbidden Alchemy, I know I wanted to add that in. Pitchburn Devils would be okay. I think I'm just going to go with the Alchemy. It turns on the zombies that need creatures in the graveyard, and we have some nice flashback cards, so we'll go with that. Opponent chose to play first, and we have a decent hand. Double removal in the form of Claustrophobia, and then Think Twice. And even drew in Forbidden Alchemy. Gatstaff Shepherd, sure. I guess we Think Twice main phase. See what we can dig up. Sulphur Falls, not necessarily what we wanted, but a fine card. Alright, so he's going to pop it on his upkeep so he has a less chance of drawing a land. Looks like he's splashing white for something. We know he has the travel preparations, so there's that. Oh yeah, Claustrophobia is going to get him pretty good here. Kind of 2-for-1'd him there. We do take 4 damage, but hey, that's pretty good for us. Go ahead and lay out Brackish Air. Next turn play the Scourge. Potentially Claustrophobia if he plays something big. Ooh, he didn't play anything at all. Okay. Go ahead and get in there and get our Brackish Air bigger. Seems pretty good to me. And play a 3/3, or rather a 4/4. So he's in quite a big hole at this point, and especially since he's not playing anything again. Gonna get in for 7, make our guy bigger, unless he has some... Oh, Ambush Viper. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Forbidden Alchemy here, look for a Geist Flame. And then I can Desperate Ritual as well. We're gonna go ahead and take the Crossway Vampire. Well, I could take them... No, we're gonna take the Crossway Vampire and ditch everything else. And then we're gonna Desperate Ritual. Got the Geist Flame, so that's pretty sweet. And we'll go ahead and shoot his Ambush Viper. And get huge. Now we have Crossway Vampire and Claustrophobia next turn, so he's pretty much just dead. Yeah. I guess we'll just Claustrophobia it. Seems fine to me. Yeah, this game's basically over. Alright, so that game was pretty easy. I mean, we just dug our way into a few creatures. He didn't have anything, and then when he did, you know, we had removal for it. I think it was pretty smart there to Forbidden Alchemy and then Desperate Ravings to try to find the Geist Flame. I mean, you know, it was a 1-of in our deck, but if we hit it, then he was just getting pretty much blown out. Overall, our deck was pretty good. I think it was, you know, not necessarily a 4-0 deck, but it could have easily 4-0'd. We did go 3-1, so that's not too bad, especially for the release events. That's going to net us 8 packs, plus all the rares, including Snapcaster Mage that we picked up. Until next time, you guys can see me again on YouTube, or reach me on Twitter, NumotTheNummy. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.